Yo guys, what's up and welcome to 50 Inazuma 11 Facts. But before we start, please leave a like and subscribe. At 150 subscribers, I make a voice reveal. And by the way, follow my Twitch and Instagram, and my Discord server is out now, link in my bio or in the comments. Enough speaking, let's start. Did you know the game franchise has sold over 8 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling video game series in Japan? Inazuma 11 Go is set 10 years after the original series, introducing new characters and storylines. So if any Inazuma 11 fan out there didn't watch Go, you should do now. Did you know Guenji Shuya never missed a match for Inazuma Japan? He played every second. And while we're on the subject of Guenji, he also made the most goals for Inazuma Japan, with the 11 goals. Behind him are Austin with 8 and Xavier with 7. Kaute Penguin Ichigo destroys the user's body. It uses tremendous amounts of energy even though the Hisatsu is not very strong. In the Inazuma 11 2 game, we see that the real Xavier and Xavier Foster have a large age gap, yet in Aries they are both middle school students. Inazuma 11 has been featured in crossovers with other media franchises, like the minions like you see in this clip, or Danball Senki or Professor Layton and other. In the Go Galaxy manga version, JP and Zoc didn't join Earth 11. Kidu stated that Death Zone 2 multiplies with every spin, which means its explosive power increases exponentially with every spin. In other words, Death Zone 2 is potentially the strongest Hisatsu as long as the users spin long enough. Elliot Amber is the top scorer of the Inazuma Japan Orion team with 10 goals. Second is Xavier with 8. When a player uses a Hisatsu who is outer space, he's not punished for off-field, which means he's still located on the exact same coordinates except in a different dimension. Kidu scored more goals in the match versus Zeus than the entire FFI. Kaute Penguin 7 has 7 in its name because it has 7 colored penguins, and it's not part of the original Emperor Penguin Hisatsu series since it's not called number 7. Fubuki never rejoins Inazuma Japan in the manga. Shindo is the only character from a main Go trio who never had flashbacks to his childhood. The oldest flashbacks we saw of him were when he was a first year. Tsurugi and Tenma were 13 years old in the first episode of Go. Sunny is 65 years old in this picture. Indu and Kazemaru were actually in the same elementary school and were childhood friends. Blue Lock features several references to Inazuma 11. Another reference to Inazuma 11 from Blue Lock in Chapter 261A, Ray Dark, shows up. Kidu's goggles have a 3D glasses function, according to an advert. The Alaya arc was originally meant to be a secret story in Inazuma 11-1 that would never be adapted in the anime, which would stop at episode 26, but they had so many ideas that they decided to leave room for a sequel. Indu is the only character in the main team in the original series who is confirmed to live with both parents. In the manga, blood is shown several times. Tachimukai is stated to have more potential than Indu. There's a theory that says that most of the new gen are descendants of characters from Inazuma 11 and Inazuma 11 Go, Saru being the most obvious one, probably being Tenma's descendant because of their similar designs. Originally, Aries was meant to be around 40 to 50 episodes, but they reduced it to 26. Judge Through was first used by Hatch in Aries, even though it was a move from the first Inazuma 11 game. Dragon Link's players are based on chess pieces. Inazuma 11 for Nintendo DS was first released on August 22, 2008. This would go on to be the birthday of the main character Mamoru. In Inazuma 11 Aries no Tenbin, the 3 main teams have distinct themes. Raimon is based on the sun, reflected in Inamoria Pseudo's nickname. The boy chosen by the sun, Seishu Gakuen, is themed around stars and constellations, with all players except Elliot Amber and Kidu having constellation-based names. Out-8 Tsukunomiya represents the moon. But according to Akihiro Hino, naming all members after the moon was too difficult, so their names are based on nature instead. The majority of the characters in Inazuma 11 have names based around Japanese puns. The main character, Mamoru, has a name that sounds like End, Mamoru, or Protect the End, which is probably a reference to him being a goalkeeper and protecting the end. The reason Ares and Orion were still set in middle school despite the character designs clearly being aged up is because Hino claims he didn't want the characters getting distracted by romantic subplots. Faerun is the only Inazuma 11 character in history, along with Saru if Fran doesn't count for not being canon, to use Miximax and Keshin armed at the same time. In the manga, Indu never learns Majin the Hand, he instead uses God Hand. Indu and Naruto have the same Japanese voice actor. Shinsuke and Tenma are the only two characters in including movies who have a goalkeeper, defensive, dribble, and shoot Hisatsu. Kidu has Dark Tornado in the manga, and he and Guenji did a double tornado with it too. In the match against Big Wave in the manga, Kabiyama scored an own goal. Batap learned kickboxing in his free time. In Inazuma 11 Go, we found out that Sumioka played for an Italy Pro League team, and in Go Galaxy, he is pictured on a cover of a magazine standing in a stadium who looks like the San Siro. Sangoku was the captain of Raimon before Shindo. In the anime, Eugene never gets an autograph from Luabe because Ader forgot to ask for it, but in the game he gets it in person. Saul's best friend is Saturn. Void type is usually a type for Hisatsus or Kenshins, but in the Inazuma 11 Go Chronostones game there is one player with this type, and it's this Triceratops. Tenma and Tsurugi used Hinawa Bullet in the manga. French national player Antoine Griezmann watches Inazuma 11. Ader is the only player in Shinsei Inazuma Japan who has no Keshin. Tsurugi is the first player to score an own goal in the anime. Faye is the second. And finally, the last one. 6 years after Inazuma Japan became the FFI champion, Tenma, age 9, was playing around with his dog, Sasuke, and he entered the Inazuma Kids FC joining test during the test Sorano Aoi, or Sky Blue saw Tenma for the first time, and both of them became childhood friends. Thank you guys for watching. I put much work in this video, so please like and subscribe. By the way, I have so much more information. If you want a part to write it in the comments. See ya.